Hello, my name is Tanya, and this is Clueless in Suburbia. Hola, how's everyone today?
My name Ray about nerds.
My name is Xander Dingus, and I brought Sour Patch Strawberry Kids. But that Vine, or that, oh my god, that Vine.
Yeah,
that
you just
that
aged
TikTok,
yourself so
that TikTok
bad.
is now like a month, was like a month ago
But it's
viral,
still
but we
so
still
good.
keep quoting it.
Put it in the bag or put it in the
No,
bowl.
no, she's like, pour it,
Oh yeah.
pour it. Hi. So I don't really have a guest today. I do. I mean, it's my boyfriend Dylan, who's my roommate.
Who's my roommate?
But like, I'm not
what
asking
matters
you.
more, half the rent or our love?
I'm sorry. I'm not really like asking the typical 6 questions. We're kind of just doing like a
yeah.
banter to kind of change it up and break things up because I feel like I have a lot of just guest episodes right now.
Are you trying to get an Olipop sponsorship? We get it.
Maybe.
New Barbie Olipop.
I thought maybe you'd fill the void in talking during that moment. You did. You did your job. I have two,
And now a
I have
Dunkin'
two,
sponsorship.
I have 2
Oh my
drinks.
god, dude.
Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to show some of our, because we love collecting VHSs. That's kind of our favorite pastime. And we've accumulated quite a bit the past
there's like
year.
such funny stories behind a lot of them.
Yeah, I feel like, so we each picked 5 each to kind of just do some quick discussions about and just give the little stories behind it. And I feel like this will be satisfying for visual and for normal listeners, ear listeners, whatever. But yeah, I feel like I'll go, he'll go, we'll explain one. The setup on this
Ear
is
listeners?
yeah, ear listeners. I don't know. They're listening with their headphones. Well, what else? How would you describe it?
The second I hear, anytime I hear ear, I just think of Vincent Van Gogh immediately.
Yeah.
Somebody could be talking about an ear in any circumstance, and I'm just like, some dude sawed it off.
I think you just
Also, being in the 1800s, what did he use to saw it off? Like a chisel? Like, did they have they didn't have like a bread knife?
maybe they did. They had like a stone knife. I don't know.
Stone?
What are you even talking about?
Sorry.
All right, yeah. So there's really no exact genres that
It's kind of
for
just
this.
all over
It's
the place.
yeah. It's
Mine's
completely
mainly probably horror. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it.
yeah. But I just figured it'd be fun for us to go over.
You want to start?
No, you.
I'll
maybe
start if you want.
maybe I should start
Yeah,
first.
go ahead. You go.
All right, the first one I'll go with. Okay, this is the first one I'll go with right now is Mean Girls, which is probably such a basic answer, but I feel like the importance of this Mean Girls VHS is this is kind of what kicked off our obsession, or my obsession at least.
Did we get that together?
Yeah, we were at Unique in DC.
Oh my God.
And
Shout out Unique. Oh my god.
yeah, that's like oh my god, that's one of the things I feel like I really want to go back to DC, but I want to make sure that we go.
Yeah, like I want to visit my aunt and do everything I want to do, but
we have the dedicated
like a 50-50, yeah, of like trying to go to Unique. There is one up north, but dude, the VHS. Plus, I feel like since it's like, I don't know if it's a thing with New Jersey, but there was so much there every time. It cycled so much.
Oh,
like,
the thrift stores in general, they're definitely kill.
There's
like
more money. Yeah, I know there's more money,
that's
but
true.
Still. But I also think that like, I don't know, maybe as sad as it is, like more people are passing
away.
Yeah,
and their stuff
like
is
I didn't
getting
want to
donated.
say it. Yeah, like more older people might be croaking over there, and all their stuff is going to us.
I don't know.
Well, it's getting taken care of. So,
but the Mean Girls VHS was kind of one of the first ones where like I want to say I really started collecting that I like saw this and I was like, it's in such good condition, and like I just love Mean Girls because every girl does from the early 2000s, and I grabbed this, and I also grabbed, I think, 13 Ghosts and maybe Mystery Men. I think maybe we grabbed Mystery Men.
had to probably grab Mystery Men.
I grabbed like 3 of them because they were like 25
cents.
They're still 50 cents, but I think these were 25 cents from Unique at the time.
I think I have a sticker from Unique somewhere on one of these, but
I kind of like am sad that I peeled a lot of them off, but yeah, so that's I think my first, I think best find, and I think this actually is a more rare one to kind of find in the wild because this was towards the end of them really
VHSs,
making VHSs too.
what was that, 2000?
2004.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really on the cusp of it ending. I'll go. I have this one has a great story, and it's also an insanely classic movie. It. It's crazy to find it. It's on like a Warner Brothers, I think, reissue hits, but still very cool. And the cool story is, so we were living in DC and we were like planning to move home, but the New Jersey rent is so crazy, and we found like a cool little spot, and we come home and like we pass this really cool vinyl
It was
store.
right after we signed our
Yeah,
lease. As
yeah.
it was
'Cause
right,
we're,
we
like,
and
shaking, yeah.
we had to come back here and sign our lease, and we only were in New Jersey for like 2 days, and we
Yeah.
just had to get a lot of stuff done, and we like drove back here in a U-Haul, just trying to like figure out our thing, just hoping
Horrible.
that we were able to like figure out our lease situation,
Yeah.
and it was a really lucky weekend.
Because we wanted to come home and everything like that. I was out in DC and she moved out there to be with me. So then we came home, but it was funny. We like, because our apartment's super nice. It's super cool. We have literally the greatest landlords, and like it was just like the price is so good. So we were just like, is this a scam? Like, what are we doing?
The stars like perfectly aligned for us that weekend. It's still kind of crazy when I think about it.
And then so we signed the lease and we're driving back.
We went to the bagel place. We went to get a bagel.
Like just New Jersey shit. Like,
yeah.
like typical New Jersey shit. And then we're passing the Vinyl Dinosaur and we're like, let's go in. And he has a couple VHS tapes. I didn't think there was going to even be any there. And then I see this and I was like, oh, like, can I grab it? He was like, yeah. I was like, $5. I was like, I would have gave you 20. I'll take it for $5. And then they also have that
the Hellraiser.
Well, I'm trying to think of the name. Where the guys from Uganda or something, they like painted that like cool Deadly Prey.
Okay.
That's what it's called. Yeah, they just give like these like Ugandan people or something like that, like a basis of a movie, and they just draw everything so well. But their thought of America is like just so like the Garfield movie has. It's like the most insane thing. It's cool.
Dylan started talking about pews on a painting, so
no.
I had to edit that portion out. So that's why there's a nice little gap in there. But
okay. But yeah, it was a good story. It was just like really great day. Signed our lease. We're coming home, and then I find it for $5 in pristine condition. So it was just a W.
It was great. I feel like that, and I feel like I feel like we kind of would look for that too when we were in DC, and it's just funny we found it there.
Because it's like it's such a cool iconic case where he's like coming out of the white, and it's like really simple. It's just him being a freak, and like I just love it. And then also, I think we talked about this my last episode. Like, it's so sad what's happening to Tim Curry.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks. All right, you're up.
Oh gosh. Okay, there's a lot of pressure on this. I'll do like a quick one, real quick. One that's not too in depth. Okay. Girl Interrupted, still sealed. VHS. I actually made Dylan watch this movie with me. He never had seen it before, and I feel like
Why do these eyes of mine cry?
I love that song. Brittany Murphy's character. And it's funny because I feel like that's kind of a very girl-coded movie, and I think
twisted.
I think you enjoyed it. You sat and watched the whole thing with me.
I was
you didn't come. Yeah.
It was twisted. What was going on in that movie? That was like a freak show.
But we just happened to go to Collingswood flea market, and
got a table 100 tapes, just like he took a box and threw them.
Yeah, it was really just thrown on a table outside, and this was, I think, one of the only sealed ones. And Dylan pointed it out and kind of was just like, "Oh, they have Girl Interrupted, like still sealed." And I literally just looked at him, and went, "I want that, and he just like looked. I don't know.
I just like
it probably was funnier in that moment, but I just feel like he just immediately bursted out laughing at how I like said it at a low volume.
Because it was like the shock factor of like, hey, this Girl Interrupted sealed, and it like I feel like your face almost dropped. You're like, I want that. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, great. This is a great movie though. This is like another movie I definitely saw when I was way too young.
Oh yeah. If you saw that at any age before 21, that's too young. That movie's crazy.
Oh, Brittany Murphy's character's name is Daisy. That's her name. But yeah, and I feel like Daisy's like a very
like a 90s name or
no. It's just her character is like a very iconic character in this, and I feel like her storyline in it is just very like
she was
tragic.
Nuts.
Yeah.
She's fucking nuts, dude. Everybody's fucking. They're literally in a mental hospital.
I know.
They're all fucking nuts.
I know. but I still feel for her.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No.
go
All
on.
right. So my second would this movie holds a lot to me because my dad would watch this on repeat. My dad retired early from his job and went on the couch and didn't get up. And there has been I could come home 1 in the morning to 6 in the morning, noon, 2 in the afternoon, and Silence of the Lambs would be playing. So I obviously have to pick it up. That cover is incredible.
I'm trying
While
to
you're
do
trying to get
like
the
you ever
light.
see like the makeup
Those TikTokers,
influencers
yeah,
when they
yeah.
like hold the
Yeah,
item.
but I think it's just too big. It's just
Yeah,
too white.
the ring light.
Yeah, it's still good, but still, I mean, it obviously is an incredible movie. Anthony Hopkins is just psychotic in it. I mean, Buffalo Bill, the whole thing, but it just so I obviously had to pick it up again. Another 50 Cent banger. Like that's
Where
what
did we? I don't remember where
This
we
is
found
unique.
that.
This
That
is
was unique too.
I actually put one back in unique. We went because it had like somebody's name scribbled on it, which is crazy.
We do come across it like
Fairly often.
Yeah, like not a ton, but that one is in pretty decent condition.
Yeah, but it's more of like a thing for me because I swear any time of the day my dad would be watching Silence of the Lambs. I actually have a really funny video of him sleeping in the Goodbye Horses scene where he does the robe dance. And
He was like passed out on
yeah,
the
he was
couch and then just
sleeping on
like
the
pan
couch.
over
Yeah,
to that.
just pan over to him. Like I swear, no matter what time of the day, my dad. And then he said he would watch this so much, and then like when he was watching the Joker, he was like, "This guy's crazy," and I was like, "How do you watch Silence of the Lambs like 40,000 times?" But still, so Silence of the Lambs, definite banger, and anything found for 50 cents in the wild is just a good find.
Yeah, that's why I always like say to my friends, I'm like, you want like a cheap hobby? Just like go collect media from thrift stores.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, what's my next one gonna be? My next one, I think, will be Clive Barker's Nightbreed, which is like probably one of my most favorite movies ever. I think for the nostalgia basis of it. I was raised, not really raised. It's not like my parents showed me this. I just remember seeing it on TV when I was little and was being obsessed with it. I don't think it really like I feel like when I watch it now it is kind of like a little cheese ballish to some extent,
Yeah.
but it's so good and I feel like when I was little I loved it.
Well, again, it's Clive Barker's and the whole 90s-esque makeup. The makeup and costumes are insane for that movie.
Yeah.
Just the mask work and all of that, like those are real. Like that is not CGI. That is not anything. Like people are in chairs for 8 hours to look like that. The chin guy is my favorite. He has a really big chin.
The moon face.
Moon face, dude, it's insane.
But this was not a thrift store find. This was actually a gift that Dylan got for me. He got it off
Her
eBay.
roommate.
Yeah. But yeah, he got this because we've never come across this in the wild.
I highly doubt it either. There's some you won't ever found. And even though it's not in my top 5, the double of Clive Barker, Hellraiser 1 and 2, actually was found in the wild, which is insane, but it's not in here. But obviously, I love Hellraiser. So speaking of that, Hellraiser 3. Speaking of Clive Barker, and this one is just, you got this for me for my, I think, birthday, right?
I think so, yeah.
So, I mean, absolutely insane. What can be said? Another Clive Barker, absolute smasher. I mean, obviously, everything around me is Hellraiser. It's just one of the greatest movies ever made. All of them, even till I think it got weird at like I think past Hell World. It got weird where they were like in space, but still so good. Not maybe in space. I remember that opening scene is like space, but again, costume work insane. The Siamese twins insane. The quotes from this one insane. You suffer beautifully. I think I Am Pain is from this one because I Am Pain is when he turns the 2 security guards into the Siamese twins. So just incredible. I'm pretty sure it's the third. Don't quote me on it if I'm wrong. I have not watched them in a while, but amazing. I love Hellraiser so much.
Yes. I think anyone that's watched it so far is very aware of that. But it's great because it's really easy to get him gifts because I literally just go I go on eBay and there's a lot of Hellraiser memorabilia. All right, my fourth one is super random, but it's just a Beavis and Butthead VHS. I feel like I'm having a hard time with the camera today. Beavis and Butthead Work sucks.
True, honestly.
I feel like I've got this recently. This was a recent find.
Again, spin the back. Look how much that was. Can they see it?
Maybe. I don't know if this was 25.
25
Yeah,
cents.
25 cents.
Insane.
Yeah, so I found this recent. I was having a really horrible day at work, and I just happened to hit up one of my girlfriends and was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Goodwill and Brick?" And I was like, I had a really bad day, so I'm just kind of hoping it transfers into me having a lot of luck at the thrift store today. And I ended up having a banger.
Yeah, you got multiple tapes.
I
remember
think
you
I
coming
bought like
home,
at least 15 tapes that day.
Yeah, you came home with a stack.
But this was my favorite out of
Yeah,
that whole set that I found.
The story's funny. It's like having a shitty day at work and then finding Beavis and Butthead
Work sucks.
Yeah, that's actually amazing.
But I loved watching Beavis and Butthead too when I was little.
I miss when they bought it back in like remember they bought it back in like 2009?
Yeah.
And I forget if I talked about this last of the True Life.
What about True Life?
It was like a Beavis and Butthead talked about True Life.
Oh, they did?
Well, I don't know if I could say it. Can I say?
No.
Damn it.
I mean, I'm going to block out the word, but
Okay, yeah. So I can't tell this story.
it's a raunchy type of videography that people enjoy by themselves.
Yeah, but Beavis and Butthead did a really funny thing on True Life. I'm addicted to blank. And them just roasting this guy who's addicted to blank is so funny.
We watched that not too long ago on YouTube. Yeah.
Dude, it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I had Beavis and Butthead painted on my wall at my parents' house too.
Oh yeah, wait, currently or now?
I think it's still there. I think that's one of the ones still there because I liked that one. I don't think I got rid of it. So now my grandma sleeps in that room, and there's still like paintings of stuff on.
Isn't there a Gummo poster on it too? In your room still?
No, the Gummo one's right there.
Oh yeah.
No, there's a Battle Royale one.
Oh,
so my grandma just has like a huge Battle Royale poster like in the room that she's in.
Shout out Tanya's grandma.
Yeah. She's like 96 now.
Yeah. How's the weather?
That's what she asked. It's very cute. My grandma now lives with my parents because she's just really old. She can't take care of herself anymore. And my parents literally say it drives them nuts because we lived there for a little bit in the transition of moving back from DC to New Jersey for a few weeks till we started our lease. And she was able to figure out that we were moving out again once we moved in, and so she's still to this day every time we see her, it's been like 6 months. Yeah. Every time we see her, she goes, "How's the apartment? How's the apartment? You guys all set up?"
Yeah. Well, the first time I met her, she goes, "I haven't seen you in so long."
Oh no, she's like, "Good to see you again." Yeah. She never met you before.
Well, and also like, so I'm like 6'4", I'm like 6'3", 6'4", so I'm very tall. So there's like few times that me and her are standing next to each other. I'll never forget. She's like, she has her walker. She's like doing her fucking thing.
Just her little shimmy.
Yeah, and I think I either opened because she wanted to go hang out with your dad in the living room. Mm-hmm. So I opened the gate that you have for the dogs, and it was like the first time me and her actually like stood next to each other, and she was like this. Whoa. And I was like, yeah. She was like, "You're really big," and then just put her head back down and like proceeded to breeze by me, dude. It was so funny. It was like literally the most, and it also attests to, I mean, if you could recount, how have we ever went to Walmart and somebody has not asked me to get something off the shelf for them?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Every time we go, someone asks you to get something.
And the one lady, bless her heart,
asking you about water.
Yeah, the one lady, bless her heart, she was older. She pulls out she has like I give her a bottle of like Smart Water. So I don't know if she like knew. She goes, "Can you drink this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, and then I kind of hit me like, maybe it's seeing like that she doesn't know. And I was like, "Just don't, whatever you do, don't drink distilled water." She goes, "Distilled, no." I go, "Yep, just don't drink distilled water." She was like, "Okay." Dude, it was so funny. She was so sweet. Is it my turn? It is my turn.
Yes.
So, recent one for my birthday that just passed. Insane. The first one in a slip. So good. This movie's just amazing. This was in obviously like the Hellraiser era and everything like that. The third one I have to say is the best, Dream Warriors. I do have to say that, but still everyone is so good. Freddy was just iconic. And it's funny. I feel like I'm sorry if anybody gets annoyed. I keep talking about my dad, but my dad was a single father, worked a bunch, and of course me being a 10-year-old boy with no supervision, I like wouldn't go to school. So my dad would always tell me if I didn't go to school, Freddie was going to get me when he leave for work. So I had to start going to school because I didn't want Freddie to get me.
It's funny because I just brought up to my mom on the phone the other day how when I was little, because we were talking about how there's going to be a new Twister movie coming out.
Oh yeah, which I can't wait for. I hope it's not like a remake. I just want.
It's called Twisters. It's probably just
now there's two.
Yeah, like it's just probably same concept but a different character arc storyline. But my mom, when I was growing up, used to tell me because I was horrified. She put on Twister and I was horrified of it.
It was scary.
I mean, I'm still scared of like natural disasters. I think everyone is. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, I used to watch Twisters with her when I was little and I was horrified of it. But a way for her to get me to clean my room was she would tell me that there was like possibly a tornado warning. But if my room was organized and all my toys were put away where they had to go, that the tornado wouldn't take away my toys. And I was obviously young and had small brain and was like, that makes total sense.
That's what I'm saying. Shout out to the parents that manipulate their kids into cleaning and going to school with movies that scare them. Because my dad was like, Freddie's going to get your ass. He was like, you remember when he came up through the bed? He was like, you missed one more day. I'm just like, oh. Because at 10, no one was there to tell me to go. And then I knew I was getting screamed at when I came home, but I would just stay home and watch like Live Leak, like things I shouldn't be watching.
I would watch that too on my computer.
Yeah. Shout out to skipping 6th grade to watch go on rotten.com.
Yeah. I'm on my last one.
Yeah, no, the next one's mine.
All right, and my final one, Spice Girls. It's honestly one of the most aesthetically pleasing VHSs.
Oh, get the tag in there. Get the Blockbuster. 720.98. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 720.98. That's crazy.
This is actually one of the third ones of these that I've come across. The first one I have is one that from when I was a child. And then, so my childhood, one of it. And then I came across one thrifting in DC that I purchased. And then I love Facebook Marketplace. So I had kind of scoped out a woman that was selling the Barbie dolls completely sealed in boxes still from the 90s. And I watched her post kind of go from like $80 to $60 to $40. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just shoot her a message. And I was like, will you do like $30? And she agreed. So I went to her house. Yeah, I went to her house. She was super nice. She was like a woman that was going to be completely uprooting her life from New Jersey to North Carolina or South Carolina, one of those. Really cool. I ended up talking to her for an hour. But the Barbie dolls were her daughters. She didn't want them anymore. But while I was talking to her, she also she had a Spice Girls VHS, and she had like a Spice Girls documentary, which I also had the same one from when I was little too. So I have one of those at my parents' house, and I have one here as well. But yeah, it's gravy.
There's a Spice world in here.
I love it.
I'm Candy Spice. Is that a real one?
No. Baby Spice, Ginger Spice, Scary Spice, Sporty Spice, Posh Spice.
What spice would you be if you could pick?
You can't put me on the spot like that.
Just think about it. Would you say spicy spice? Cinnamon?
Spicy spice, cinnamon spice.
Oh, I'd be cinnamon spice because I do love cinnamon.
I love nutmeg. Not nutmeg.
Yeah, but there's not a nutmeg.
Oh no, paprika.
Spice.
I like paprika.
Yeah, there's no paprika spice.
Yes, there is. Paprika is an actual
in the
spice.
Spice Girls.
Oh no. Oh, who would I be out of all these?
Yes.
Oh well, I mean, I feel like I always was forced.
Did you think I was asking you what kind of spice?
I thought if I made up my own Spice Girl name, that's what I thought you were asking me.
We'll go with that. That's actually a cool idea.
That's why I said paprika.
Paprika.
Because I love paprika. I put out my eggs. I feel like it's a very underrated spice.
Oh, I'd be a elote spice.
Trader Joe's elote seasoning. I always was forced to play Baby Spice. I mean, I loved Baby Spice when I was little, but I always was like kind of just put in a box to play her because she's the blonde one.
Video game?
No, like when I was like little and like preschool
Oh,
and like
playing with
when
kids. Oh,
like on the
okay,
playground,
okay.
I feel
Playing with
like
your
I
friends.
always would end up playing it as Baby Spice
Who
because
is
I was
that?
blonde.
Who is the blonde one?
Baby Spice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you have no choice at
I
that
yeah,
point.
like I feel
Yeah,
like I always
yeah.
got pushed into that.
That's like a bunch of kids
spot.
playing Rugrats, and I'm like, I don't want to be Chucky.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking insane.
But my actual favorite was always Ginger. Ginger Spice was always my all-time favorite. But then as I got older, and this is what every girl goes through when they get older, they realize that Sporty Spice was like the actual backbone and talent of the Spice Girls. Like she had the most phenomenal voice
I agree.
and really was because like Posh Spice, I feel like you listen. Although recently I did hear a single, so like a song from Posh Spice that she released, and it was really good. But she really didn't sing that much in the actual Spice Girls band. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's my last one.
Spice World.
Spice World. Still one that I watch all the time. I actually had my girlfriends over on my birthday, and we watched this on the VHS player TV thing we have.
Yeah, that was insane.
All right. We'll move on to your next one.
My next one, insane. So backstory behind this is obviously a brand. I don't think I could say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
Yeah, a brand. Everybody will know once I show it. Partnered up with Walmart, did a sick drop. Bunch of cool stuff, a lot of horror stuff, different. But a Terrifier 2 VHS. I didn't think we had a shot.
Yeah, we had went to a few different
Yeah.
Walmarts, and then we just coincidentally went to Walmart to
The
go
local
food shop.
one.
You had to go
Yeah.
food shopping.
Well, the best part about this was, remember when we called that kid? We called the kid and we were like, hey, he answered the phone. He's like, hey, how's it going? I was like, hey, I'm looking for the Terrifier 2. Oh, well, now I ruined it. Terrifier 2 VHS, limited edition. That was by the brand and sold at Walmart. We were like, do you have the Terrifier 2 VHS? He was like, oh, let me put you on hold. I'll see if I can find it. And he comes back like so defeated that he couldn't find it.
He sounded more upset that they didn't
Yeah.
have it than we did.
Yeah, he comes back on the phone. He was like, we don't got it, man. And I was like, hey, it's all right. He was like, I'm really sorry. And I was like, it's really okay. Like it's like a collectible thing. Like we wouldn't have it. But yeah, went to sketchy Walmarts like that. I will never step foot in again.
Yeah, we hate the brick. We hate the brick Walmart.
Yeah,
that
it's
one's
crazy.
We always end up talking to people there that
Yeah,
we
we're
just
going
don't
to-
have an interest to talk about. Like we just
Yeah.
weird people end
It's
up
just like
approaching
the
us.
grouping of people there is insane. But yeah, we go to our local and just like, oh wow, they have the display, but everybody has the display. It's just that VHS is gone. And I didn't see it at first, but because you're at more of an eye level of the lower shelf, the very lower shelf, like the bottom shelf is your eye level because you're 4 feet tall.
I spotted it first.
You did. Because I breezed by and she was like, there's one. There was actually
There's
two.
two left. Yeah.
But I didn't buy one. I don't want to be, because since it took me so long to find one, I would hate to just have two and take that away from somebody else. So I did only buy one. Also, there is another funny story about the Terrifier. I think I told you. So at my last job, I obviously, my last job was pretty relaxed. We could wear kind of stuff. I think I had a Terrifier keychain at the time or something. And this kid starts and he's like, you like the Terrifier? I was like, yeah. He was like, you seen Trick or Treat too? And I was like, yeah, I've seen them all. He was like, I'm like old friends with Damien Leone, the director. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, all right. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah. He was like, I might go. I guess he lives in Staten Island or something. He's like, I might go hang out with him. He's like, I actually am really old friends with him. I was like, oh, I was like, dude, that's really cool. And he was like, yeah, if it works out, like I'll see if he has anything that he could sign. I was like, all right, I'll see you Monday. Like, I'll see you Monday. This dude pulls back up, walks over to me, full 26 by 34 poster, signed by Damien Leone. I am thinking that he is either really trying to impress me and lying. He scribbled this and he goes, yeah, I also know that like this is the craziest coincidence that like could have ever happened. So here's a photo of him holding it to Damien Leone, and it's him. And I was like, I think the kid's name was Vinny, super cool kid. I was like, Vinny, I like started to like hug him. I was like, what the dude? Like, this is the craziest. This is like the best gift anybody's ever got me. And Yeah, the random new kid at work knew Damien Leone from fucking whatever. It was insane. But Terrifier 2, VHS. Limited edition.
All right,
That's
that
all
about
5.
seals it up, and that was perfect because it's 30 minutes, which is what I always try to keep the episodes at. I say so much. That's something I really got to work on, but
I want a Mountain Dew.
I just drank the rest of this coffee, so I feel like
And an Olipop.
yeah, they both have energy in them.
Yeah, you're about
But
to
I have
eat.
off tomorrow because it's today's 4th of July,
had
so I
off
get off
today.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I had
Woo!
off today.
Thank you so much for listening, and I hope everyone has a good night.
Live
I don't know
long
if
and
you heard.
prosper.
You might have heard some fireworks in the background because there are some fireworks still blowing off
Yeah,
where
which
we
is
are.
crazy at 10:28.
They'll go till 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But all right, thanks so much for listening, guys.